know, like I'm really pushing just that morning routine because it is so crucial. And I like how you guys were talking about like how you started, how you finish your day, and you can really see like, and I'm sure you guys can understand like you can see the change in people if they're doing their morning routine or if they're not. And something that was across the board at Row Rally too was like I just kept thinking in my head like, wow, they're so organized, or like, or it may seem like, but wow, like just the organization is so important. So even just making sure like all your documents are printed, making sure that you're keeping track of like your loyal customers and your potential. So that's something else too. Like I had lost track of like not writing down every single conversation. It may not seem like it's a big deal, but it really is when you're trying to build that repertoire. So I just wanted to get on that too.
Yeah. You went? Yeah, you went?
No, you good. Yeah, yeah. Everybody done touched on it, but the road rally was good to be back in person. Just to be around like-minded people. I think through the pandemic, the Zoom, like everyone's saying, is good, but just to feel the energy from different people, it was amazing. To see the compensation plan broke down, even though Rachel talked about it, and she's explained it. It was just good to hear it again. I guess because of all the new stuff that's going on, you know, the Form One. And then I know in the room, a lot of people still trying to go back to like their mind was like, can we still do 6 and 3 the old way? And so sometimes it's always hard when we're moving forward to accept the change that's happening in our lives or with anything that's going on, but just to accept the change and to make it better for where we're going. And that's just good to know that our business is vision is pushing forward. Like they're not staying stagnant just because they had a few wins. They want to compound that with more and more wins and push us more. When I first came in, Rachel always was saying, okay, that why is cool, but let's see how we make that why even more I guess significant, not more enough significant, but more just on a level to where it pushes you more. Even Rachel always said that the why will change after time. Been in the business for under 9 years. That why is not the same as you first came in. And just like when Saint was talking about his why with his son, Kyle was talking about his son when he gave him that mask. I mean, that was like that touched me, even though you know I don't have a son. I do have a daughter, but to give him that to say, Daddy, this is for you to remember, and then that resonated in his mind like this is why I'm traveling, this is why I'm tired. So I'm like, this is why I need to do this because it's more about the legacy that we're leaving and not just focus on me. You know, a lot of times we do this business for us, but then it has to be something to get us past. We're tired, we don't feel like it. When we just have to get it done, like Rachel keeps saying, just get it done. All the other just get it done. And I was listening to a podcast when I was coming over here, and it was talking about instead of until we really make this like a priority, meaning that this is something that you have to have. Like we take it for granted to be like, oh, I'm just gonna make a little bit of extra money. Until you really feel like this is a necessity, until you make this a necessity and don't just put it as something I'm doing, you know, because it's bigger than that. You know, we definitely get a chance to change people's lives, we get to change our lives, we get to change people around us, and the people they touch, and it is just a compact, it's a compound effect to it. That's gonna
What did
really
he say? Tyler.
His son gave him a mask.
made him a mask. It's a
superhero
flash
mask.
mask. Like the photo.
He
And
takes with him.
He was like, take this to remember me. Like they always exchange.
They always exchange a gift for when he leaves.
I mean, they didn't understand, so I wanted to.
Okay. So that just made him think about his why. That whatever we have to do to make us keep pushing forward, to keep going, when we don't feel like it, that why is really strong. That's what I took out of it, like that why. That why. Why are we doing this? Why are you doing this? Like why are we getting up? Why are we doing this? I know it's gonna make us better, but why are we doing this business? And I just felt inspired to keep pushing, to even make my why more, to see the potential, and even where I'm at right now, like Brittany said about how you could be at any level and still make enormous amount of difference. And Rachel always said that, like, it doesn't matter. You can be here and make this if you want it. If you don't want it, then you just don't keep it. You won't. Don't expect nothing. If you put in a little work, don't expect big when you just put in work, you know. But it was great though. It was really good. It ain't good to be around our team, feel the love. We always talk about the community, but when we actually get a chance to come around each other that we just see on Zoom for the past couple of years, and we just feel that love, we get to laugh, we get to eat together, we get to, you know, share some tears, everything. So it's been an amazing weekend.
So we just recapping.
Like,
Roll around here. Oh, okay. So there are so many. I would say my top three aha from conference would have been connected to Tyler talking about his son. Even though I don't have a child yet, literally that story made me think about my niece and nephew, and it's like making it even more tangible. So like in my mind, I think about them on the day to day, but when he showed and put up that mask, it's like it's in his pocket, it's on this person, like he can touch it, he can feel it. And so it's like, I'm like, okay, I need to make it tangible where it's on me. I'm not just a picture, but I can touch it. And so, because I have a picture of them on my desk and stuff like that, and it's like, I gotta make it bigger. And then how we talk about generational, it's we serve a God of generations. And so it's bigger than us. It's like, all right, what I do now is going to affect the generations to come. It's like, I want better for them. Like, no matter who they are, I'm never going to be somebody, but I want better for them. So that was one of the big things. The second one was the ceiling that I had on how much I can earn. Like, the ceiling per month got broken. When they dropped that number, and I was like, per month? Per month. Not over the year, but per month. It's like, what am I waiting for? So it literally was like another example of like, take the limits off.
what was said?
That you can earn $1 million per month with our compensation.
I mean, they broke it down.
Like
Nobody-
with the generational bonuses, with
Like,
everything.
I mean, none of y'all like recorded it? Or y'all was just in shock?
I know I was in shock. I ain't pulling up. It was like I'm in tune.
Hold on, I gotta say something about that. Hold on, I gotta say something about that. Cause that right there should have been aha for y'all.
Yes, it was.
No, I'm talking about what I just said.
Recording.
Because it's not about you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So in that moment, if you gotta think about every time I have something that I grasp, it's not for me. It's for me, but it's not for. It's for me, but it's not for me. So that should have been a moment. Because in that moment when you were like, oh my God, it should have been, oh my God, who can I share this with? I need to. Yeah, I'm curious though. I'm gonna ask. I'll ask, because I'm sure somebody got it.
They did drop.
Y'all ain't
that-
write it down? Like,
They did. No, they
You
did.
know what? I believe
Ashley recorded it. I'm like,
Kimberly should have, Kimberly was recording
So they also,
everything they were saying.
It's
who's
on that
Kimberly?
slide, too.
Oh, my
Yeah,
Kimberly.
yeah, Kimberly.
yeah, they also.
No, ain't no slides, they ain't sure. Did
That
they
was
share?
when Ashley and Kyler were doing it. They also mentioned it was like, oh, it's on recording and stuff like that. So it was just like, oh,
Ashley.
You mean Rachel?
Rachel Jones.
Jones.
Rachel Jones.
I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna-
So it was that part where like take the limits off, and I didn't even think I had a limit, but it's like continuously being shown like there's more. It's way more, and it's like expanding my mindset. And then I kind of forgot my third thing. Kind of forgot what my third thing was, but I know. Oh, some of the stuff was like breaking down like packs and talking about them per day. And I know we've done that before, but it was just like it made it more, I don't know, fillable to even talk about. So one of the things they talked about was making it solutions, right? I give solutions. And I was like, I immediately switched my messaging over. I was like, I have a solution for you. And it was like not about me just like telling this fact, like I really am trying to help you. And it's like that's been the perspective I'm coming from, but my word has been more like selling. So I'm like, okay, I have a solution for you, and this is what's going to work. And I can work with you. And it was just there were a lot of confirmations, but the solution piece was like big for me where I immediately switched that over. Yes. And when I think about the other things, I'll come back.
That 14, that the way that you were saying the solution, or it said they made it easy for us to with that 14 easy. Even just being able to say, for a while ago, we talked about in one of our money meetings called stop counting people's points. That's what we used to say, don't count the points. So that means if you're gonna start here, let them knock it on down. So like, I'm up here, let's get this 229 pack. This was gonna help. And then remember, they did also say here that we say it all the time about one product is not gonna be enough for me. Just to be honest. Now you could just, if they go down to say, just give me one bottle, that's on them. But for you to, like Rachel, you say, tell them what they need, tell them the solution that's gonna help them. If they want to lose 30 pounds, you gotta do more than just saying, I'm gonna drink some coffee in the morning. Oh, that's good to start. But then our products, we can just keep compounding that everything will really help with, fat burn, a smoothie. How you gonna change it? Then what they said about that smoothie, there's so much in it, like pre-probiotic and a probiotic. I mean, where you get that at? Like, I take the probiotic every day now myself, so I can just take the smoothie and I'm getting free and so that's just helping everything, going back to us being a product of the product, but also showing them the solutions that we get, and also how they talked about the best way to give a solution is to have your own solution, basically to have your own. So still going back to saying, become a part of your product, you'll be part of, but that 14 easy. It's just the way that it gets it. And then the BB is amazing with like, that's my first go-to now. Like, you want to do something? Okay, 14 each, let's get that going. Okay, let's get it. Caffeine or no caffeine, just talk to people. But then the BB on, that's just like, there's never been a BB match like that high, like 100 something, 100 something. No, it could have been $100 and 80 some BB, but to go 100,
Yeah.
that makes things, so that goes back to how they make these for the 4-1. We already know it's 250. All you gotta do is get, if you get 4, that means you're gonna love it now. You can just go to the, access gonna be the 150. And we just gotta not have fear to say, oh no, they don't have it. Like you said, just take the limits off of what, what we're doing to help people do solutions for you.
Solution, you also, when we were talking about it, they were saying not the same what the cost is.
Yes, the
but what it's
benefits.
going to do.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
with the smoothie, like, yeah, it's a smoothie,
Yeah.
plant-based. No, what is it?
What is it gonna do?
Like,
Mhm.
prebiotics, probiotics, help with hunger.
Yeah.
Like, tell them what it's gonna do, not something like
What it is. Yeah. So like when you post it, instead of saying like, oh, it's a plant-based with blah 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 blah. No, this protein shake is gonna help me stay fuller longer. It's gonna help keep me from mindless snacking or something like that, instead of making it so much about the ingredients or whatever. Also when he was talking about the packs, just breaking it, like Deep kind of touched on it, breaking it down per day, but also helping them understand like this pack, even if it's the 129, like you're getting a meal for basically $4 a day, as opposed to going through the drive-through and spending $10 more or $10 plus. So this, you think it might be bulk now, but it's saving you money over time. So, and even if you go up to the bigger pack, it's $7 a day. That's still cheaper than what you would spend on most meals per day, and you're replacing a meal or maybe even 2 meals. So over the long period of time, you're actually saving. So just giving us better ways to actually explain it, and really teach the potential or whatever, what it is that we're really trying to help them do. Just really paint the picture clearer.
I think one of the things aside of that also that resonated with me was when they started talking about this was during the consultation part when they said the world needs good people making lots of money to help others. And I was like, that's true. Like I'm a good person. I want to help other people. Like money's not just gonna be all me. Ooh, I got money. It's so I can help other people. And then it was like, I'm looking to also connect with other good people who want to make lots of money so that they can help, like for us all to become better. Like it was just touching me, man. And then the other thing was talking to our customers when we sign them up. It's like, are you willing to commit 9 to 10 months to get the results?
Right.
We talk to so many people who want to lose more than just the 30 pounds or more than just the 14 pounds. Like, are you ready to commit? And so like getting that in their mind already that like, listen,
This is gonna be more
my
than 3
goal to
months.
reach my goals, I
Right.
can reach them, but it's gonna take some time.
Yeah.
It's not about reaching the goal. It's about sustaining. And that's why when people say I'm skinny, I don't need to, or something like that, just be like, are you always skinny? Or you know what I'm saying? Like, because if the habits don't come, you'll be fat in 2 months, in 2 months, you know? So it's even that. So yeah.
And they talked about the body positivity. Like we want people, that's why it's all about the genes. Like we want people to feel good about it. And so it just made me reevaluate some of the ways I was speaking to people. I'm like, oh, like, no, you're beautiful. Like, you really are. But, like, what do you want to attain? Like, I'm here to help you.
I forgot who said it, but we talked about it a couple Monday meetups ago, and then just listening to Mel Robbins' podcast, it's like, what's the next step? Like, just taking the next step. Like, quit looking at the mountain and getting defeated. Look at the pathway in front of you and just take the next step. Where is the next step that you need to take to go to get to where it is that you're trying to go? Yes, you're looking at diamonds, but where are you at right now? And what is the next thing that you need to do to get you closer to that goal? And also just envisioning the task. So we're good on visioning our goals and dreams and where we want to go, but are you thinking about the mundane, small, tedious things and envisioning yourself doing those to actually get there? And so I was like, yeah, like that was a big thing. Like this, yeah, you want to know what it is that you want, but you also want to know what it is that you need to do to take, like you want to meditate on that. Like you want to meditate on what you're doing, what you want, but you want to meditate on you actually doing the things to get what you want. So yeah, that was big for me just this week in general.
Another thing that stuck out for me, and it was really just kind of a reminder, was just providing all options. Because I know, like, of course, we need the volume and everything, but not doing people a disservice because people want the products and not even know, like, there's an opportunity for them to use them plus make money too. So it just changed the way that I would approach certain people. Like, even though they came to me from a Gummies Toast or a Tummy Trio or whatever, I started presenting options like, okay, well, you can get it for this, or you can make money and still get it for this. Like, which one do you want to do? Because I don't want to make it feel like I left something out when I could have given you something more. So that stuck out for me too.
I know they had said something also, I don't know if it was on stage, who said it, and she said when the customer gets ready to stop the auto repair, we all automatically send some business to them, like, yeah, she only answered that question, go straight into, okay, so now you're ready to come on and start the business, so you can see the results, and now you can go ahead and benefit from it and help more people. So it's like, I know we get caught up on, a loyal customer, so when they get ready to stop the auto shipment, and then she also said, just talk to themselves, okay, cool. Let's stop it now. We're gonna start to back up. You got something else coming. You got a wedding coming up or something. That means you really have to be in tune with your customer. That means you really got to focus on that. And then you can also help them like, okay, I understand. Not panic. I remember one time Pam Sauter said, remember, you only gonna probably have a customer for 3 months. She said, quit looking for it to be your lifetime customer. Look at it for what it is. 3 months residual. That means you got to keep grinding if you want that to come in. And then if you want to keep them around a long time, that customer service is great. Just to keep on being in contact with them, checking on them, and that help benefit, the whole business side of it.
That's another one thing that I have wrote down. She said a customer reaches out and wants to cancel their ownership. She asked 2 questions, and one question is, do you have too much product? Right, so understanding like if they're really using it, and if that's we're asking them, oh, do you work or no, do you have too much product? And then the second question is, oh, are you ready to start doing this with me? So one of those 2 questions like completely ignore the fact that
They want to,
like I don't even think like you have product or you ready to join,
right.
Yeah, because that's normally why they cancel. They either are not using anything
thing, yeah.
Yep. The road rally was good. We talk about it all day. It was definitely good.
Made a couple
It was
TikToks,
fire.
learned a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, we made TikToks. That was fun. That was definitely
Just the community.
You know what? I actually enjoyed us making TikToks
That
because
was
we created a presence amongst the company. Like everybody
We
was
did.
watching us.
They
Yeah.
really were
excited.
like
They
trying
were-
to join.
They were
Yeah.
enjoying like
Yeah.
how much fun our team was having. So it was like we created another presence where even Purple walked up and we did our videos.
Yeah, yeah.
Somebody recorded us down there with, somebody was recording us.
That was oh yeah. Somebody I had met there was like in the corner spectating, like recording us in the bed.
Yeah.
Like y'all are the best.
Yeah.
Like you're having so much fun. Like we
So
are.
we definitely stuck around for a long
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Yeah, we did.
We the last
Yeah, we were the last people to leave. It was really good, y'all. Y'all need to make yourselves to a road rally
Yeah,
somewhere.
it's a road rally.
Come to
Yes.
the
What's that,
in-person.
Indianapolis next?
Get
What-
to
what
a
city you
road
want?
rally.
Drop it in the comments so we know. Thanks.
You going to a road rally?
Alright.
Drop it in the comment.
Here's the thing, okay? And I would not be Rachel if I did not say this or share this
Yeah,
with such
yeah.
with such a loving heart, okay? Goodness, such a loving heart, okay?
Okay, we ready.
This is cute. You give like this, I love it, like I do, but ultimately it's when you leave here. You know what I'm saying? So I love events. Like events are legit. But from the second that you step out of the event is where it will it leak or will it sustain? Is your cup equipped to carry what it is that you're feeling now? Because you're gonna have to carry it. I mean, who's to say when the next event is? I mean, May, if you go on Diamond for the first time. Other than that, I think they're having something in the summer or something like that. You know what I mean? And so it's outside of us getting together. And so what now? You know what I'm saying? What is the actionable steps that are going to move you forward? Where's your chart? I got some, but where's your chart? What are you looking at? Because a lot of people are even re-promoting, that's not the word, re-promoting. And so you're gonna have to know that you're starting from a place that you maybe don't want to start from. You know what I'm saying? A place that may be humbling or a place that you're not used to, or be like, well, now it'd be nice if I had this great energy and then I just went back to where I was and just picked up and went. But that's not real life. You know what I'm saying? You have to be okay with the climb again. You have to be okay with envisioning where it's the $1 million a month or whatever in the compensation plan and taking the actionable steps. Dealing with customers cutting off their auto shipment and actually walking into what it is that you learn. And so moving away from here, what is it? Like, what does it look like? What does it look like this week? The reason for all follow-ups is because the power is in your follow-up. On your own time, you reach out to people, you know, people come to you, especially if people are coming to you. If people are coming to you or you're doing reels and that nature, then the follow-up should be easy. And the follow-up is what should take you to the next level. Knowing that there's 8 to 10 exposures. So even giving yourself the ability to be okay with 8 to 10 exposures. Being okay with 8 to 10 exposures. You know what I'm saying? And understanding how powerful your follow-up is. And so my question, they what?
They can't see. They can hear.
They need to see me. Y'all need to see me. They need to see me.
No.
Actually, they can hear.
They tickle.
Who said that? You or
I
them?
said.
Boy,
Oh, we're just advocating for
oh
no
my
reason.
God. Lord help us today. So the question today, in this next few minutes that we have, is what are you about to do? And how are you going to sustain and not allow holes to be poked in your cup? Because that's ultimately what it is. Because I even think about like hearing stuff again from somebody else. Perspective is always good. Like that's life. That's how it works. which is why we're better together. And so if you've never heard me say that before, the reason why the team is so important is because I don't know how to, you need more than you.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to say you're not enough,
Right,
because you
but you
are
are,
enough,
but-
but you need more than you.
Mhm.
You do. And that's for everybody, including myself. I'm sitting here listening. I mean, Divine, you don't have to say it, but that's just how he is to mention my name. He doesn't have to, but he wants to. It's almost like reminding himself, okay, I know I heard this before, but I need to hear it again. And that's okay, because that's, I mean, everybody at this table has heard something from somebody.
Mhm.
And when you heard it again, it clicked.
Mhm.
But you got to be okay with that for your team too, and not be in your feelings when it's like, girl, I just said that. It used to piss me off. Some of y'all have been here for a long time. I'd be like, bro, I just actually, it's before Travia. It was before you. I don't know if you wasn't in the league. It was before you too. I'd be like, so I didn't just say that. like I had to get past it. And so you have to get past it. But now, right now, what's up? What is the actionable steps going forward that you can commit to outwardly that you are willing to walk in? Like you're willing to walk in them. So knowing that the 14 easy is what's up, are you going to say that every single time? Are you going to get your customers on the phone instead of sending a cart? You know what I mean? Are you willing to do that? Are you willing to connect? Are you willing to show people grace and stay out your feelings? Like, are you willing? What is it that you are willing to do moving forward? Or did you just have a hype me up session and E-Suite ain't gonna sing?
Well, I found a distributor yesterday.
Yeah.
And I called her. So it was a follow-up and I called it. Like I just called it right off the bat. I was like, shoot, it's Sunday, Rachel on Sabbath. So I gotta hold this
Just do
down.
it.
But I called her and I signed her. So my action steps is gonna be picking up the phone more, and minding my own business. It was also a high I had from last time we've been here at Cammie when we did the meetup with Cammie like a week ago or whatever. And she was just like, start fresh, one-on-one. And so I know something that pokes holes in my cup is just focusing on what my team is doing more than what I'm doing. And so the more that I can stay around the iron that sharpens iron and just mind my own business and get going again myself, I know that everything else will fall into place.
I want to elaborate on that too, because a lot of people be like, well, I'm gonna mind my own business, but I ain't gonna take care of my team. That's not what you're saying.
Oh, no.
And so let's kind of talk about that.
Okay. So I mean, basically, like, I need to just get my wheels turned again. Like these last probably 6 months, honestly, like I just have not been my best business self. And so doing my thing, tracking my daily results, getting up my 10 host to post, making E-Suite sing myself before I can go to my team and try to check them about anything. Because I need to make sure that my E-Suite is saying what I want it to say. And so kind of like what Rachel was saying, like it doesn't mean neglect your team, but especially when you've been here for a while and you're a diamond in love, like you have to be around people that can encourage your vision. You have to be around people that can sharpen you. You can't always hang around with your downline. Like I'm just be straight up, you can't, because it will put you in a place to where you can't see the bigger picture anymore. And so I think that's where I'm at with it. Just focusing on making sure that I'm doing everything that I'm telling my team to do, making sure I have everything printed out that I'm requesting them, making sure I have my calendar filled in, making sure I'm showing up to events, because I wasn't even gonna go to Rose. I wasn't gonna go. But I got my ticket last minute because I'm like, I know I'm gonna tell my team to go, and I know I need to be in person. So leading from the front, like we hear that all the time, but really, really leading from the front and just doing all that I know I need.
And I would even go a step further to say loving from the front.
Yeah.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Like legit loving from the
Yeah.
front. And so what does that look like? It kind of goes back to when we were talking about the morning routine.
Mhm.
And how if you don't have a morning routine, you can't take care of nobody.
Mhm.
And I'm just in complete honesty, when you were talking about what you say, it seemed like they organized. Like the real life is you have to make decisions and you have to make choices, but you do it, like I said, you do it gracefully, but you have to make a decision. So for example, Breon, we love power, okay? We've been a power family since it came out a long time ago. The Lord is still saving me. And he wants to watch Power on Sunday nights after my kids go to bed who don't have bedtime. And so, you know, I be ready to go to bed. Like I be legit like ready to go to sleep, but I sacrifice. But my sacrifice doesn't mean that I can't get up in the morning. I still have to get up. I'm tired, but I still have to get up. And so it's the same thing when it comes to your business. You have to be willing to sacrifice. Like you just have to be willing to do it. So instead of allowing yourself to have excuses all the time, and it's so funny that you said that because being on Zoom, it may, and we may have to do a better job with this as a team, but being on Zoom makes people more engulfed with their team than they normally would be. And so putting some people in, if you don't seek it out, it won't find you.
Yes.
So you have to actually seek out the spaces to be with a higher level caliber of person. And when I say higher level, I mean like literally higher level, not like I'm higher than you. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody who's higher ranked than you. Because even now, like who's your accountability partner? And when Amy said that, and I heard her say it just recently, but you know, wrestling with who is your accountability partner and going back to the fact that you're not married. You're not married. So you're not even like dating. You're not, so you can have a new accountability partner every month. If you need to switch in the middle of the week, you can switch. And so even for me, that was a reminder for me to let my person go. And I did this morning. It was good. I did. I got me a new friend to hold me accountable. And it can be, and listen, I would even say just the Black culture in general. I mean, as much as we may struggle with certain stuff, that can't be our reason. You just have to decide that you're going to be different. And honestly, I think that's one of the best things that I love about Kimmy and my relationship. It keeps me, it's so funny. I was talking to my mom. I was like, you know, Kimmy's just different. And I was telling Robert, she's just different. She helps me be different. She does. And there's a lot of things that I'm sure she's uncomfortable when she comes into my world, and I'm uncomfortable when I go into hers. I may be a little more comfortable than she is, but she don't act like it. She act like she is, you know? So at the end of the day, like, and then even that, are you comfortable? What are you gonna do when you leave here that's gonna make you uncomfortable? And can you name your accountability partner? And if your upline says, hey, maybe that's not the best person for you to be with, will you be okay with that? Oh, that's old. That's old school. It's actually, I mean, being somebody who's been here for 9 years, I've had to do that several times. And people like,
I'm a witness.
you have to be, but it's not a marriage. But if you're viewing it like that, that's why it was almost like, oh. Not that it ain't say, I mean, like, y'all not married. Like, you still can be cool. Y'all still on the same team. Like, all that. Maybe that's not the best person to hold you accountable. Because it's not healthy. Because honestly, like spirits connect. And so naturally, you're going to go for somebody who's comfortable. It's just normal. It's what spirits do. They connect. And it can ruin your business. It legit can. And so the fact that your oversight would even say something is a blessing because they see something you can't see. So yes, yes, people know. Like those, yes. But it's gonna be different this go around, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes me think of a quote that came from the book we're reading, Talk 4, and the author was saying that you have to love your people more than you love your business. You have to love your people more than you love your business. Love them enough to be honest with them, to be bold with them, to tell them the truth. Even if they're gonna hate you.
Oh my gosh.
You know, because your people are your business. Your business is not gonna dictate your people. Your people is what's gonna bring you to business. So talking about that accountability and just holding your team accountable, holding yourself accountable. It's like, can you be truthful? Can you be honest? And like that's the talk I had to have with my squad. Like in this season, I'm gonna give you 100% truth, regardless if you like it or not. You know, it's all in love.
Yeah.
But I have to give you the truth from here forward, period, because that's the only way that we're gonna get to top 150.
Yes.
Pure truth and truly whipping us all into shape to be where we're supposed to be, you know, and not prolonging it because I don't want to open my mouth. I don't want us to prolong any of our promotion, anything, any of our goals because we don't want to open.
Rachel Jones just texted me. Hold on, let me see what she said.
We didn't record it, and those slides are on the documents library.
Oh, it's the one that Cammy did.
Yeah, it's on the
Well, I was gonna be in touch with you. Something intentional that I'm going to do is connect.
If I
So
saw
I already
it,
have my, we're talking about customer retention.
I have my card.
But something else that I wanted to, that I need to focus on is DT retention. So not just customer retention, but DT, how am I handling and how am I caring for my distributors, my business partners, and really connecting with them. Like we talked about connecting with the customers, it's important to connect with our business partners. They're on the work with. So we're talking racial and like really understanding that it's so important. It's so important to find out their why, to talk to them daily, especially the people that are, you know, wanting those big goals and those dreams that are going on with you, like to connect with them. So that's something that I personally am intentionally doing before, like right after, you know, before I jump into like posting and all that, I'm connecting with my team. And already just in the last 24, 48 hours, I've seen it. Like, I've seen it. So definitely doing that. And just really pouring in my personal development to make sure that I am the leader that I am supposed to be. Like you're saying, just making sure that I'm holding myself to a greater level of accountability, not just business wise, but also as a person. Because the person is running the business. So making sure that I'm good on that. Yeah. I know one thing that well, not one thing, a couple things that I'm gonna change. Like Robin said, connecting with my DTs, but instead of just texting, like actually picking up the phone and being bold with calling. Cause I like hide behind the phone and be like, you know, you good, you know. Yeah. So, and I'm getting into the habit now, like actually picking up the phone so I can hear your voice, like being bold with it. Cause I know sometimes I could like come off a little, you know, something, and I don't want to come off that way. So I'm just working on like my attitude and then remembering to extend people grace, because in some components of my business, I don't want a distributor like me, not yet until I get to where, you know, I'm supposed to be. And then there are other components where I do want a distributor like me. So I have to just understand everybody has a growing moment and I'm still within my growing moment.
Girl, the grandma.
Yeah, like,
It don't
and
end.
just remembering to do that and just be bold about it. Just pick up the phone, period.
Yep, that's me. Just pick up the phone more. Brittany has been. Did you call your DT? You check on your DT? So I'm going like, no, well, you need to do it. And I was going like, okay. And so just learning that I got to be more vocal and picking that phone up, checking on them and everything, to make sure that what they need and to take care of their needs so that we can move forward. And and not giving up on me. Because I have a habit of giving up on Jeanette. So, and that's where I've been. So. Woo, he was Chris Lord. Did not give up on me. So as I move forward, I'm taking some people with me.
Amen. But you know what? The crazy part about it is you're not the only person. And honestly, I see it more. I see it a lot on our team. People just aren't willing to admit it. They just go. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so creating an atmosphere where people feel okay with vulnerably working through that. You know what I mean? So I think that's good that you share that, because you're not the only one. People just aren't brave enough to say it. And as a upline, you'll see it, but if they're not willing to face it, you can't help them through it.
Right.
And so the fact that God can't bless who you pretend to be, it's all of that. It's actually allowing somebody to take you through. Like somebody sent me a message today. Trying to see if she was on here. Somebody sent me a message today and told me, it's funny because I said, how you doing? And she's like, I'm gonna be honest with you, this is what's going on, but this is what I'm doing. Or it reminds me of that conversation with Jade. She was like, this is what I'm doing, but this is what I'm going through, but this is what I'm doing to overcome it. And she felt confident enough in me to share what it was that she was actually for real going through, but she knows I'm a solution person. And so she was already working towards her solution and knowing that I would be somebody who would support her in prayer through it. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately that's all I can do anyway. But now at least I'm aware of what's going on, because I think that I don't know if owe is the right word, but you kind of owe it to express that, especially when somebody is genuinely trying to help you.
Yeah.
I don't know if owe is the word, but I don't know what the word is.
It's the integrity thing.
Yeah.
No, it's not even integrity. It's more so just the genuine relationship that you are building. Because ultimately, if somebody is going through something in your organization and they're not communicating, we're not a regular squad.
No, we're not.
And so this is something that could be on your prayer list. This is something that you may have solutions for. You may actually have somebody that they can follow that has went through that. Like there's so many different levels and layers to what it is that we're doing, but you can't be helped if you're not willing to express that and face it. And ultimately, do you want to keep dealing with it? Or is this something that you desire to move past or start to move past?
Well, I'm moving past mine.
Not this. I'm not talking about you.
No, I'm just saying, I'm moving past. That Dr. Darius said something and it just sticks with me all the time. He said, there's a you and you that you hadn't seen, that you hadn't met yet. And so I'm trying to get to that one that I hadn't met yet. Because I know she's in there. She's strong. She's bold. She's courageous. Yeah, and so I'm just trying to get that too. So I'm gonna keep moving, and she gonna pop out. And I've been seeing her pop a little head out here lately. She just been cutting up.
Yeah, that's good. That's real good.
Well, Miss Shani kind of spoke on it, but what I'm doing is getting back to turning up the heat on my squad, and so, or with my squad and myself, even in general. But just getting back in the trenches with them, really increasing that level of accountability, and really holding them to the standard and what they say they desire to be. So like Miss Shania, if you are my in-law, why you haven't checked on your team? Like you got Ruby's promoting, you got people that were helping, so I haven't reached out to them. So really teaching what it is that I know and making sure that they understand. Like even when it comes to charting, like I had a whole moment of just asking Miss Shania, questions about charting just to make sure she understands how to read a chart. Like we say, your chart is your roadmap, but if you don't know how to read the map, it still don't mean anything. So just making sure that they really understand. But then also, Rachel always said, because I had an off week last week, I really felt like it was dry. Like I was doing the work, but it's just like it was dry. But not allowing that to make me fall back and not keep that high level of accountability, because I don't feel like I'm producing. She says all the time, Chris might not be working out, but Chris, that doesn't change the fact that he's going to hold her accountable to do what it is that she's supposed
And
to
to
do.
be honest, I don't care if he's working.
Right.
And that's, do you get what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
I could care less. You could be in the worst shape of your life, but I pay you to train me.
Right.
So you better give me every move you got. You could get a workout today training me. You know what I'm saying? That's real. Like so your team really could care less about what you have going on. And that's really intense. But ultimately you're their upline and you said you're gonna help them. So help them.
Yep. Yeah. So that's definitely what I'm focusing on. And then I've just been thinking, me and Rachel, we had a conversation on Tuesday about we've rallied in behind her so long. I know I have, so I'll speak for me. I've rallied in behind her so long that I've done so much following that I forgot to lead. I forgot to step up and be the leader. And so, or the switch just never clicked to me really stepping into that leadership role. And it took me back to reading How to Lead When You're Following or whatever.
Not
that
in
book.
charge.
How to Lead When You're Not in
Yes.
Charge. Yeah, so it took me back to that and just understanding like, yes, you have to be a great follower to be a leader, but it has to be a time where the switch flips to where you are going on your own run because her E-Suite is not going to switch over anymore. She's already at the top. So in order for us to get to Black Diamond, she has to breed new ambassadors. So am I going to step up and be one of the ambassadors that she's going to breed? And so just really holding myself to the standard of being her partner, being one of her leaders, to actually reach the goal and going on my own run and just rising up to be the next
A
ambassador.
sustainable.
Yeah, a
Because you know how to
sustainable.
run.
Yeah, that's it. The sustainability. So even when they were talking about, ooh, was it 80? I don't know who it was, but the 70 miles per hour instead of the 100, and then, but just like getting that pace, getting back to my pace of race, because I had found it. And then I had started trying to create my own fire and do too much. And so instead of just staying in my lane and just staying on that space and waiting on the Lord. But yeah, so just getting back to who I am and trusting my beats. Robin always say it. And I was like, yeah, you need to trust your beats. But no, I need to trust my beats. Like I need to trust mine and just get back and walk in it boldly. So that's me.
That's good. We had a moment after Road Rally. Robin and Brittany was talking about, I'm like, I'm gonna come over and join the conversation. So we were just talking about like, man, just that representation matters. Like Brittany, seeing you on stage, like it was great. It was great. Like you're awesome, but it was like a bigger aha for like I'm sure all of us like that we
I
had
did take
that.
it on my.
They did take a picture of me.
You did, Sharon.
Oh, you got it too. We did.
Brittany? No, you did.
Yeah.
It was a big old,
She was on stage for
for
Warren
people who
Wood.
are playing
Yeah,
like
they
cycle.
cool cycle.
I thought she was the only black person up there at first.
But
I don't think I saw the
was
whole.
just
You
saying,
must have just got
really,
hurt.
What?
No. Okay, go ahead.
I said it to you.
Okay, but really just making sure that we're playing our part, and like Brittany was saying, going ambassador, having more of us up on stage in the top 150, in the top 50, and getting the full conquer, and really believing that we can do all of the things. Okay, we really can. So it was just inspiring to me. My son is like seeing you up there, and I'm motivated. I'm excited for us to promote and get this money, get this kind of and everything.
Yes, hold on, let me say something for somebody else. It was so crazy. I'm sorry. It was so crazy. I just had a aha moment when I saw like they were calling on the people who were finalists or whatever to come up on the stage. And I was like, it's the same people.
Yeah.
This the last time we seen the exact same people up there all the time. Like, no, like
Yeah.
we need some new faces, and I'm gonna be one of up there. Like, it was just like, I don't know. It was just, I'm like,
This made you want to
time.
rise up.
Yeah, it's
to
time.
rise
Like, it's
up.
time. So.
It's time.
It is recorded. Let me
Yeah.
put this up on my page real quick so I can come back in 2 months. Like,
Right.
this is fulfilled.
Yeah.
That's where it needs to be.
So I know with me, I know I'm committed to, one of the things I've been thinking about was, I've been sporadic about waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning. And I know it was a point of time I used to wake up early. And so like today it was just like, okay, start a new week, wake up at 4:45, and it's not for the fact that I don't do the same things when I wake up at 7, but it's just, it's a different clarity for me. It's different. Like I know I still work hard, but I tend to get more done when I wake up. So my community is me waking up, because if I had to wake up and go to the Target, I would get up. And so it's just like I gotta get up and get up at 4:45 no matter what. No matter, just I think you mentioned it, there's a little ways perspective. For me, I think this road rally was different. It was more so like like I already been said like it's time. I already got, you know, prayed about it, submitted it. Like I'm completely submitted. So it was the confidence of coming into Road Rally, like it ain't on my shoulders. God has my business. And it's like I just gotta move. And then it was like them talking about everything. I was like, there's no reason why, nothing, like no reason why I'm not on stage. So that's why we're y'all talking to something in bold moves, because there's no reason why. Why not? Like I'm starting to
I
do
think
that.
there is a reason.
I'm saying no reason why not I can't be there.
Mhm.
So no reason why, like there is a reason why I haven't gotten there yet. And that's one of the things why I've been sharing with people like at Ruby. Like some people I kept hearing like, oh, I'm sitting at Ruby, oh, I'm sitting at Ruby. I've been growing at Ruby.
Yeah,
Because everything that I've gone
absolutely.
through is actually what's going to help propel me. Because then it's going to be like, where did that come from? It's because I've been growing.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just like getting up, doing it, like just being committed.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, you guys. It's been real. We're gonna have you guys stay on so we can take a picture all together. Almost feel like this needs to be longer, but listen, that's different when you're in person. Because there is no like pause, like waiting for somebody to say something. When you in person, it's like so hopefully this was good. I'm gonna put up a post in the team page for us to share our highs from today, because I know a lot of you guys didn't get to an event. So I know they fired up because they've been to an event, and hope it's gonna spread. You stick to the fire, you will get burned. I'm telling you, you definitely will get burned. So you want to stay in the midst of the people who are going to the road rallies. Like Travis said, if you haven't gotten your ticket, you want to get a ticket to a road rally. I was actually looking into attending another one. Shout out to Brittany for bringing her laptop, but I'm gonna turn this way so I can get a picture of all of us. Uh-oh. Is it plugged up? All right, let's take a picture, y'all. And I'm gonna have to ask Ashley if she recorded it, because Rachel did. Oh, yeah. Robert, I can't see you. No, I couldn't see you. I can't see you, Cass. Come back, Miss Yummy. Be back with yeah. Travi. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, cheese. One more. Oh. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Probably not, because yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. So oh, I'm gonna pray. And we're gonna get out of here. I feel like if we need more time, it's only because we haven't been together. So it feels like I have enjoyed this though. I have. Anybody have anything they need to say? Y'all ready? Okay. Dear Heavenly Father God, we love you. We honor you. We just thank you for what it is that we get to do. We thank you even just for the ability to be here together, God. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for the ahas. Thank you for the light bulbs coming on. Thank you for the understanding that this squad can do this. And there's so much more out there for us. God, I'm asking that you cover Robin, Miss Yania, Cass as they travel back home. Just giving them safe travels, God. We just thank you that the fire is lit by you, so it will not go out. And so we thank you for this fire that you have placed in our belly, God. We are willing to be obedient. We are willing to grow. We are willing to go. We are willing to look at ourselves in the mirror, not pretend to be somebody, but be who we are. Connect, lead with love, God. Lead while we follow. So much, God. And so we are willing participants. So I ask that you cover this squad, you cover our hearts and our minds as we go forward. You cover our hearts and our minds as we go forward. No weapon formed against us will prosper. Any tactic that the enemy has planned for us, we rebuke and bind it in the name of Jesus. We cancel the assignment of the enemy. And so we just thank you going forward for what you're about to do for the ambassadors, the presidentials, the triples, the doubles, the diamonds, the emeralds, the rubies, even the executives and the distributors, God, the lives that we're going to change. And every moment that we get discouraged, we'll be reminded of the God that we serve. Your promises are yes and amen. And there's nothing that the enemy can throw our way that will take us off our rocker if we don't let him. So thank you. And we love you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna run home to my baby.